So in line with the Asthma Allergy Awareness in May, GSK wants to use today's session to educate us on how to make better control of asthma instead of merely just coping with it. Tonight we shall begin with an audience interaction segment, followed by the asthma talk by our distinguished speaker, Dr. Jim, host Dr. Loh Lee Yong. Dr. Jim Teo is a respiratory physician and intensivist based in Mount Alvernia Hospital and Parkway East Hospital. He is a specialist in internal medicine, respiratory medicine, and intensive care medicine with special interest in asthma, chronic obstructive lung disease, non-invasive ventilation, and intensive care medication. Dr. Teo was awarded the Courage Star Award in 2003 for his contribution during the SARS outbreak. He was also awarded Tan Tock Seng's Hospital Excellence Service Award in 2006 and Tan Tock Seng Hospital 10-year-long service in 2009. Dr. Teo is indeed a rare gem among the medical scene. We are deeply honored to have him able today's session. So if any of you need to consult him, please take a copy of his name card available at the reception table outside. Also, there will be a Q&A session at the end of the show, which you are encouraged to participate as you will be given a special souvenir. You are encouraged to stay seated once the talk commences. So now, without further ado, let us welcome Dr. Loh Lee Yong, CEO and founder of MHC Asia Group, host of the Connect with Dr. Loh Lee talk show on stage.
Good evening. Today we have a very good turnout for our Dr. Loh Lee talk show. We have been running this talk show for quite a while now. There are many people who suffer from asthma in Singapore, some silently and some living dangerously without carrying their medicine, not taking their medicine. So today we have a very distinguished speaker here, Dr. Jim Teo, a specialist from a private hospital. He will join me later on, but for a start, we would like to maybe start the talk show with one or two volunteers. Can I have some volunteers? Anyone with asthma? Please put up your hand and we'd like to invite you to come on stage to join me. Anybody? Don't be shy, we'll give you a little token of appreciation after that.
Used to have asthma, it's okay.
You have asthma. Okay, come. Use your asthma. Used to have asthma. Come.
Quite okay.
Take a seat. And any more? Okay, we have...
Asthma?
Huh?
Asthma can?
No asthma. Can, sure. Come. And someone else, raise your hand. Come, let's join. Today we have among us Dr. Tan Seng Bok, the 2011 presidential candidate. He has joined us and he's quietly sat at the back. Let's welcome him as well. Unfortunately, he has to leave about 8 o'clock. That's why he's probably sitting at the back, because he don't want to disturb you. Come, let's start. Would you like to have the mic and introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay. My name is Laju Sawalani.
Laju.
Yes.
All right.
Just call me Laju, yes.
So I heard you have asthma before.
Yes. I've been having asthma since childhood. It runs in my family. My father had it, my uncle had it, some of my brothers, my niece, and all have it. It's a very strong strain.
I see. So you still have asthma right now?
No, right now it's under control.
I see. At which stage was it under control? I mean, at what age was it?
At age about 48, 49.
I see. So we come back to you to talk more about your journey on asthma later on. Let's introduce the next person.
Hello.
Tell us about yourself.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary.
Mary, okay. Do you have asthma before?
No.
Then how come you're on stage now?
Oh, it's good to have some knowledge about asthma. It can help my friends around me.
All right.
Or next time I have grandchildren, I can look after them.
All right. So tonight's talk show is not about people who got asthma, all right? It's people like Mary, right? Who wants to know more about asthma, because you will never know who we can help out there, right? You know, incidentally, just about in last year, end of last year, I was just having a lunch with my wife. We were sitting down here, all right, at the new Temasek Club at Rifle Range Road. And it was a Chinese restaurant. And as I was sitting down I was telling my wife, there's a little boy there at the swimming pool, in the adult pool. He seemed to be able to swim so well. He was lying backward, you know. I told her it's not easy for a small kid to float like that. So relaxed. And then while we were ordering the food, I even passed a remark. I said, wow, he's so good. Maybe he's not even alive. And next moment, after ordering our food, we looked up and there was a man who walked towards the boy, and when he turned around, he was carrying the boy, and the boy was totally limbless. And from my experience, I knew the boy is in trouble, was in trouble. I even remarked to my wife that this looks like a medical emergency, and I stared at her. Then after a while, oh no, I'm supposed to react and respond. I'm a doctor. And as I stood up, somebody shouted, any doctor here? And I dashed, 2-story down to the swimming pool, and I couldn't find my way to the swimming pool because I was lost. It's a new club. I dashed 100 meters up and down, couldn't find the door to the swimming pool. Finally, I got to the boy, and the father was holding the boy lifeless, black, side nose, no life. And I just grabbed the boy, I said, I'm a doctor, and lie the boy on the floor, and then I proceeded to do something not taught in medical school, not taught in your CPR program. I lifted the boy upside down. So my friend told me, you did something, that nobody has done before in CPR. Because in CPR, we are taught A, B, C, airway, breathing, and then circulation. Why did I do that? Because he drowned. And the whole lung was filled with water. And the most logical thing to do to drain a boy with lung full of water is to drain him upside down. I did that twice. And on the third round, then I do mouth to mouth. And then the boy woke up. And then I became a hero. And today I'm here. And you never know when it's going to strike you, because just 1-2 months before that, I was telling my wife, because she asked me, have you done CPR outside before? I said, no, but in the hospital, plenty of opportunity. But if I ever have to do CPR outside on somebody, I hope it will be on a kid. And it turned out to be a little kid. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight when you join us for this talk show, I hope you will take home some useful information that may save somebody's life in the future. So take this talk show seriously. Enjoy the journey tonight, all right? And let's hand the mic to this gentleman here. Tell us about yourself. What's your name?
Hi, good evening. My name is Perseus Salvania. You can call me Perry for short.
You look like asthmatic. Am I right?
Well, I had a childhood asthma.
Now, are you better?
Yeah. Yes.
You are better?
Yes.
You feel breathless? Because
no.
you look very tense. You look like you're breathless.
No.
You carry your Ventolin around?
Yeah.
You do?
No.
No?
No.
Why are you so nervous?
No. It's already gone. After my 7 years old, then.
All right. You sure it's gone?
Yes,
Tonight
it's
will
gone.
not have attack?
No. Then
Okay. Can you sing a Chinese song?
No.
Why do I ask that? Can you sing a Chinese song? Putta Hui. Obviously you can sing, right? Come. Mary here can sing, right? Putta Hui. You know, one of my favorite songs when I grew up with was a song about the moon. 月亮代表我的心. The moon represents my heart. Would you like to sing it for us? Come, I help you a little bit. 你问我爱你有多深，我爱你有几分？我的情也真，我的爱也真，月亮代表我的心。Want to continue?
不要。
Ladies and gentlemen, why did I get married to sing this song? Huh? Because number one, the fact that you can sing means you got no asthma. The reason is because, my favorite singer, let's on the slide. Can I have the slide? Yeah, that's right, you are spot on. My favorite singer, Deng Liqing, she died in the year 1995 at the age of 42. Because of asthma. She was on a vacation in Thailand, and then she suffered from asthma, and she died. Asthma is a condition, that can be fatal. That's why you are here today. I hope you learned something. And have you learned about asthma? And were you there in Thailand that time? Maybe Deng Liqing will still be here tonight, singing my favorite song. Am I right? So, our lady here, tell us about your childhood journey about asthma. How was it like?
I, as far back as I can remember, I used to have.
You that old?
Yeah. Yeah, old enough.
All right.
So I used to get severe asthma attacks and all that. And I was not allowed to play PE from primary school.
You're not allowed to
Not
play.
allowed.
Who disallow you to play PE?
Oh, because I used to get a text even for.
I thought
I've seen my niece also. You know, like she will play with another child. Like my daughter will play with my niece, and then within 5 minutes she'll be like panting away. She can't breathe. And
So
all.
because of your asthma, you couldn't take part in PE.
Yeah. So my asthma was quite severe.
I
so
see.
we are not allowed. I mean, if we don't know, as kids we are running around and all, and we end up like not being able to breathe. So as far as back as I can remember, my mother used to get the MC from the doctor. That doctor that used to treat me, Dr. Kulkarni, I still remember him, that I will not play PE. So all my PE from primary school has been exempted.
So the question is, should asthmatic take part in exercise?
Actually, swimming is very good. I made sure my kids did swimming.
Do your kids have asthma?
No, fortunately, no.
All right. So you allow them to swim, right?
Yeah, I allow them to swim. My kids are very active.
So you feel better now?
I feel that because my mother was uneducated from India and all, the way she brought me up is like, don't do. But then as we get older, we are educated, we learn that that's not the way.
That's right.
That's the way. I suffered a lot.
After tonight's talk show, you will know more about asthma, so you will not tell your children not to take part in PE, right?
Yeah. Actually, I've made sure that my kids are very active.
That's
my
right.
son is a marathon runner. My daughter goes to
Oh,
gym.
your son is a marathon runner?
Yeah, he runs marathons and all.
Wow.
He's
And
in the
he doesn't have
States and all.
asthma?
No, he didn't develop.
So your asthmatic gene doesn't pass out to your children?
Yeah, hopefully not. When I was in Taiwan for some time, he was about to get like bronchitis and all, and I told my husband, let's go back to Singapore.
I see.
All
right.
So,
Wait,
when I travel to other countries, it's worse.
So do you
Singapore
carry
seemed to suit
an
me.
inhaler around now?
I used to.
Now, no more?
No more.
So what happened if, let's say, suddenly your asthma come back again?
No, I take it when I travel and all, but so far so good. Last 11 years I don't have.
That's great.
So
That's good. I'm happy for you that you got no more
quite
asthma.
Yes, thank
So
you.
some people do grow out of asthma, right? All right, let's pass the mic to Mary. Mary, what would you like to learn more about asthma tonight?
How to prevent?
How to prevent asthma?
Yes.
All right. What else?
How to prevent and in case somebody has an asthma condition, how to help them?
All right, that's a very important question. So if somebody has asthma like Zheng Yang and you happen to be around, should you invert the person upside down, like what I did? Should you do mouth to mouth? Should you do CPR? What can you do? Let's find out more about this from Dr. Jim Teo tonight. All right, later on. Maybe Mary, our lung is a very fascinating organ. In order to learn more about asthma, we actually have to learn a little bit about the lung. Do you know how many times you breathe every day or every minute? You never count.
Never count.
How about you? How many times do you breathe every minute?
20.
20 times. Wow. 20 times. Why are you so anxious? Do you know when a person breathes 20 times a minute, you're actually very excited? Why? You seem very excited. Why?
Yes, I'm excited.
You're excited. So you breathe 20 times a minute.
Yes.
Do you know that if you continue breathing 20 times a minute, you know what happens to your body?
Become restless.
Restless. More than that, you actually go into a spasm. Because when you overbreathe, we call the condition hyperventilation. It usually happens to people who are very anxious. When they're very anxious, they hyperventilate, they blow out more carbon dioxide than necessary. Then your body, your pH system in the blood will be affected, and the muscle will go into spasm. That's why when people are very anxious, they hyperventilate. One of the things we do as a doctor, if you're trained, is to take a plastic bag, poke a few holes, and ask them to breathe in and out through the plastic bag to increase the intake of carbon dioxide, and then through that, they actually recover. I had experience like that before in one of the camp I attended. A lady, because of menstrual cramp, she started to breathe very fast. And very soon she becomes drowsy and she goes into spasm. And the correct thing to do is quickly grab her plastic bag, poke a few holes, and ask her to breathe it through the plastic bag. So simple act like that will really help her. So tonight you take home a message. If a person hyperventilate, give her a plastic bag. The reason why I poke a few holes is because some people, became too enthusiastic, put the plastic bag over the head. Then you got a dead body. So you must learn the right thing and, don't go home and then say, Dr. Lowly said, put the plastic bag on the head. No, I never said that. Okay? What I mean is poke a few holes in the plastic bag. Okay? Yeah, you want to increase the carbon dioxide, not to the extent where you suffocate the person. All right? Then the person dies of suffocation instead. So important. So if you hyperventilate, you've got to be very careful. All right? Because your hand may go into spasm and all that. Do you know how big is our lung? Mary, you look like you got a healthy lung. Come, let's pass the mic. How big is your lung?
Maybe, is it?
You know where's our lung first? You know where's our lung?
Somewhere here.
Somewhere here. That looks more like our stomach.
Higher here?
Higher here.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think? Where's our lung? It's here. All right. And yours? Where's your lung? Maybe the man is different. You got two lungs, right? Yeah. You got two lungs, both sides. All right. Which lung is bigger, the left or the right?
I think it's the right.
The right lung. How do you know?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you just guessed.
I just guessed.
I thought you know because you took out your lung to see. You are absolutely right. Your right lung is bigger. You know why?
No.
Because the left side, there's a heart there. So your lung is kept inside a rib cage, you know? And the left side, there's a heart there on the left side. Maybe if some people, the heart is on the right side. There's a condition. Yeah, it's true. I'm not joking. There's a condition called dextrocardia. The heart is actually on the right-hand side. And the whole anatomy, body system is all inverted, you know? And our appendix on the right-hand side, normal people with the left heart, right side is the appendix, left heart, all right, normal people. But there's another group of people, we call it dextrocardia, where the heart is on the right side and the appendix on the left-hand side. And when the surgeon doesn't know, never check the heart and go and operate on appendix, for this group of patients, he can't find the appendix on the right side because he should be looking on the left-hand side. So that's why you need to be trained as a doctor, to operate. Otherwise, you anyhow gasak, then you look for the wrong thing. Okay? They pull out the wrong thing. Our lung right side is bigger because of the heart on the left-hand side. And our lung is kept inside the rib cage. You know what formed the rib cage? You should know. It looks like a bodybuilder. What formed the rib cage?
What form?
Yeah, what sort of your rib cage, you know? Is just muscle or what?
Bones.
I just give you the answer. It's called rib cage, so obviously it must be formed by rib, right?
Ribs.
How many ribs do you have?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. You never count. Can you count it? Everybody count how many ribs you have. Oh, he's counting so hard. You never check your own body. All right, tonight, everybody go in front of a mirror when nobody's around, strip, and count how many ribs you have and tell me tomorrow. All right? Write me an email. Well, our human body, normal human body, will have 12 ribs each side. Okay? Rib side, right and left, right? Correct or not? Go and count. Make sure I'm correct. Right and left, both sides. Right? But maybe some people say that the man has got one rib less and woman one rib more. Is it true? You don't know. Is it true? Why do we have this kind of myth there that I have one rib less than my wife? Is it true? Okay, in order to answer the question, we'll go back to the beginning of time when God made Adam and Eve. Right? The Bible says that Adam was made by God, right? From dust, right? And then after that, God made Adam sleep, right? And then took up one of his ribs, and then he made Eve, right? So therefore, somebody said, therefore, women should have more rib than men because Adam has one rib less because he's taken up. So a lot of people ask me, doctor, how come? How come this kind of thing happen? And how do you reconcile the fact that, this is not scientific? So is it true that man has one rib less than the woman? Is it the Bible is wrong? Is it God's wrong? Or is it because God operated on the Adam and put back the rib? Do rib transplant after that? Well, the answer is very simple. All right. If I cut off my right finger now, one of my thumb now, does it mean my son will have one thumb less? No. No. Why? Because acquired amputation does not pass down the genes. So yes, Adam may have been taken up, one rib may have been taken up, but his children will continue to have 12 ribs on both sides. Because the acquired amputation, amputation by God to make Eve, okay, doesn't mean that his children will have one rib less. All right? It's the same thing. So if I chop off my right leg because I got diabetes, doesn't mean my children have one leg less. All right? Because acquired amputation doesn't pass down the gene. That's an interesting fact, isn't it? Right? Correct?
Correct.
And do you know why is it that Adam cannot be a Chinese?
No, sir.
Oh, you don't know? You know why? Because if Adam is a Chinese, then The snake will not have a chance because Chinese eat snakes. I'm a Chinese, I know. We all like to jiazhua, you know, like to eat snake. All right, that's meant to be a joke, all right? Let's go back to the science of it. You know, our lung is a very fascinating organ. It's probably the only organ, in fact, not probably, it's the only organ in our body that can float in water. You know that? Because our lung is basically filled up with a lot of tiny little balloon, we call that alveoli. Later on, Dr. Jim Teo will explain that to you. And you know how big is our lung? When I say big, I don't mean weight, you know, because the lung is actually very light. If you actually spread out the lung, flat out completely, you can actually occupy one tennis court. That's how big the lung is. And the reason is because you need a big surface area for the air exchange. All right? Because in order for air to get into a body, all right, for oxygen to get in the body and carbon dioxide to get out of the body, you need to have a big surface area because you only breathe, you know, between 10 to 13 times a minute for an adult like me. So you have really have to pass, you know, do a lot of gas exchange through our lung very fast because the blood will pump to the lung and to the huge surface that's all folded into the balloon-like structure we call the alveoli, all right? The air has to sort of transfer between the blood to the outside world very fast. So there's a huge surface area. And every minute, you basically breathe in and out about 10 to 13 times. And a day, you actually breathe in about 8,000 to 9,000 liters of air. So if you sleep in a normal bedroom, basically, you know, breathing in and out every night, by the next day, basically, the whole room would have been, the whole air have been exchanged because of your breathing. That's how efficient our lung is. And a lot of people didn't realize that our lung is actually a very important part of our organ, not just for air exchange, but to get rid of bad material from our body as well. And it's probably the only organ in the body where you are constantly exposed to the outside world. Germs go in and out, in and out. Your skin is protecting your body from, you know, from outside invasions like viruses and all that. But the lung is exposed because there's an air space. And therefore, it's important to know how we should breathe normally. Do you breathe more through your nose or through your mouth?
To my nose.
To your nose?
Yeah.
You sure?
Sure.
Do you wake up in the middle of the night to pass urine?
No.
You don't? All right, then I believe you. How about you?
I think through the nose more.
All right, so you probably don't wake up at night to pass urine so often.
Once in
No
a
need to
while.
answer the question. All right, the reason why I say that is because it's known to some people, the science, that if you breathe in and out through your mouth too often, basically your bladder actually string in the middle of the night. And because of that, you tend to want to pee more often. So you must breathe more through your nose, all right? And don't try to do mouth breathing. I know some exercises, though, you must do mouth breathing. Actually, you're disrupting the whole metabolic process of breathing because there's a lot of gas exchange. It affects your pH. So the natural thing to breathe is actually through your nose, not through your mouth. All right? And the reason why it's also important to breathe through the nose is because behind the nose, you know, it's all the hair. And guys, I know you all like to buy this Philip trimmer to trim your hair in the nose. All right? Sometimes it's good to keep those hair because they're actually the air filter for your lung. You trim too much, basically the air go through or get into your body straight away. So it may not be a good idea to trim too much. All right, so ladies, if you see your man has a lot of hair, just bear that in mind, he's breathing in good air. All right, ignore the sticking, you know, those ugly things. It's very important to breathe through the nose because the hair will filter off the dust, and then going behind the nose, the nostril, is the sinuses. The sinuses has a lot of air space where the air gets warm, so you get warm air get in the body, and also there's a lot of protective mechanism behind the nostril that get rid of all the germs and, you know, dust, so that you finally get clean air to the, you know, into the lung. But of course, this mechanism is meant for normal environment. But when it comes to a haze, then this little filter in the body may not work so well. That's why you need to wear an N95 mask. Okay? So when you have a haze, in Indonesia, don't be hero, say, Dr. Loh say, I got a good filter, so don't care. Please wear a mask because the filtering system is not designed for haze. It's for normal air environment. If it's too dusty, please wear a mask. Okay? Especially if you have asthma. Okay, so today we have actually covered quite a fair bit about, you know, the body, about the lung. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay? So today you learn more interesting thing about asthma. So with this, I want to now invite our speaker, and then we want to thank our volunteer here on stage here. Come, let's join them. Yeah. All right, come.